Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to another Eco Vegan Gal Uncensored, the channel in which I just share what I'm going through and my thoughts on various topics. And today is going to be an update because I haven't given you one in a while, and my last video was 2 weeks ago. So I've been thinking about what I wanted to say next, and I got a really inspiring email this morning from a viewer and a community member, I prefer to say, named Rachel. I just noticed people sometimes freak out over my feather out there. They think it's like a spider or something. So I just have to be mindful where I position myself in relation to it. That is not a spider, it is a feather. So yes, I got this phenomenal email from Rachel, and I've actually received a few messages, emails, comments, all sorts of things, even a private voice message after the last video. And I just want to say to everyone that it means so much. You know, I think that last video was all about what to do when feeling defeated and sharing my emotions about how I sometimes do feel defeated and sometimes get very critical or feel like what I'm doing isn't good enough. And I didn't quite expect the response that I got. I know that you are so supportive of me, and that's incredible. I know that in my heart, and I know that I don't want to give up, and that what I do is important. But I think that it quite didn't resonate in my head until I got messages from some people, and I just want to say thank you. I want to say a big thank you to people that came out and started talking and commenting and messaging when they never have before. Those are probably the most touching out of everything, because it really showed me that people are willing to get out of their comfort zone and change the way that they respond and react to videos. And to me, the fact when somebody's willing to change, do something differently, that really is extra profound. So it just means so much. And I really feel like it's important for all of us to express ourselves more and have more communication. You know, as I've mentioned in that video and others, there's often a lot of negativity, and recently the negativity I've been feeling has been stemming a lot from Facebook, so much so that I often post things on Facebook and just don't pay attention to it afterwards unless I think people are going to respond positively. But if it's anything that that might trigger people, I don't read it. But sometimes I post things up on Facebook and people respond negatively to something that would never even occurred to me as being a trigger. So it just goes to show that you just never know how people are going to respond. But it also, for me, it's just a reminder that it's so important for people to say positive things, because as someone named Daryl, who's part of the Eco Vegan Gal community, pointed out, that most of the comments and feedback that creators receive and companies receive online is negative. And it's usually the people that are complaining that want to comment, not the people that are happy with something. And that's so interesting to me. You know, when we have testimonials and we have, reviews and things like that, people read those and they read the comments and they read all sorts of things. So if people aren't saying positive things, if it's mainly negative, of course it's going to shift other people's perception. So it's so important to share positive feedback. And you are so good at this. You know, there is overwhelming on this channel, especially on the Eco Vegan Gal channel. I would say across the board, it's overwhelming. I think it's just admittedly something that as a creator of anything, people can relate to, focusing in on the one negative thing that comes up. And it's just something that I'm trying to shift. So I want to thank you all for reminders of that, and just express my gratitude. Rachel's email earlier today meant so much, and Rachel, if you're watching, thank you for taking the time to write me that beautiful letter, and I will be responding to you as well. It did inspire me today for this video to give you a little update on things, because like I said, it's been a while, and some of my videos on the UnCensored channel are more just thoughts and ramblings, rant style, or on specific topics, not on what's going on in my life. So Rachel had mentioned specifically about how she was following my journey to get in shape that I started last year, and It's funny. I guess I kind of fell into patterns, and so it hasn't seemed quite as important for me to share. When I first started that series, I should say, on this channel, I was trying out all different things, and it was very new for me to be working out. And now it's been, what did I start at the beginning of November, I think. Actually, maybe it was in October, but I have just been very consistent. I've been going to the same studio since November, and I've been switching up my classes a lot, but overall it's been very consistent. So it's not that exciting for me. And I've been mixing it up with going on some really great trails lately, hiking, and that's been beautiful. And it's been such a reminder to change things up. I will say that it's interesting looking back over where my mind was at when I started my fitness journey last year. I thought that the results were going to happen a lot faster, and it's interesting that they haven't. But it's just an interesting process overall. I originally had this goal of fitting into this one bathing suit that I was gifted last year, and I put on last year, and I thought, ugh, I can't wear this out in public. And I really want to wear this bathing suit. And I've put it on many times, and no matter what I'm doing, or how much progress I feel like I'm making, I just don't look good in it. So maybe it's a lost cause, but it's kind of like that pair of jeans, that metaphorical pair of jeans that we have in our closets that we want to fit into, right? Those are our goal. I don't know, maybe I'm just not meant to look good in that specific bathing suit, but it is a little frustrating and interesting at the same time that it takes so long to lose weight at a healthy pace. There are so many different ways to lose weight fast, which I've tried many times over my life, but the way that I'm doing it now is really healthy and very slow. As in terms of working out, that's a huge part of it, but I often don't feel the desire. I was going to these really hardcore yoga classes for a while and sweating and like getting sore every class, but they were an hour and a half long, and I found myself dreading going to them. So I stopped going, and I switched it out with an easier class, and the class isn't quite as physically challenging, but for me, it's just about showing up and being there, and that has become really important. So I try to get some sort of exercise in every day. The hikes are phenomenal because it's active moving. I'm out in nature, seeing beautiful things. It's very peaceful. So hiking and yoga have been really great, although neither one of them are necessarily the fastest way to get in shape. And, it's interesting. It's just that back and forth of wanting to get in really solid shape. I see all these people that I'm inspired by online, and I would like to get in similar shape, but it's just not, I don't know, when it comes down to it, I just don't want to do it. And maybe that's just the cause for a lot of people with their health, and it's just interesting. But, for me, I would much prefer to be at home working and accomplishing things. So it's just about finding that balance and figuring out what your priorities are, I guess, is something that I've really learned. And in terms of food, my food diets have shifted a lot, especially this year, because I've been having a lot of allergies. Right now I'm really stuffed up, I think, over some things that I ate last night. I tend to eat really cleanly, and then every once in a while I'll kind of go crazy, and I'm still figuring out what my food sensitivities are. And that's been a journey too. But figuring out my food sensitivities has definitely helped reduce inflammation in my body, and that's making a big difference in the way that I look, which is really nice. And I'm curious, like, when I really figure it out, if the rest of my body is really going to respond, what I'm really fascinated about is if I'm not fully content or not getting the results that I want with my body, maybe as a sensitivity or maybe even an allergic reaction to certain foods. So that's a big curiosity for me to figure things out, because I'm also sick of having allergic reactions to things and getting stuffy. And that's very related to food for me. And it's a long journey. I got a new book, though, that I'm excited to check out about allergies. And I've been reading so much. I am loving it. I'm just in this book mode where I just want to read constantly, and I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm going to be restarting the Eco Vegan Gal book club maybe as soon as August 1st this week, and I'm excited about that. I'm writing my own book, The Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget, and I'm developing business courses, and I've just been so busy from a business perspective. I don't like to use the word busy. I will say productive. I've been very, very productive in getting a lot of things done. So it's interesting. I guess, my fitness life has not been incredible. I would love to be a little bit more dedicated to fitness and getting in solid shape, but my business life is so important to me right now. And then my personal life is also very important. So relaxing and spending time with friends and reading and getting work done has taken more of a priority to fitness. So I'm squeezing fitness in when I can. And I hope that it's a reminder to all of you to not stress out too much, to figure out what your priorities are. We want it all, but it's hard to get it all, right? I mean, we can get as much of it as we want, or we can focus majorly on one specific thing and focus on getting that done and then move on to other things. So for me, being really productive and successful with my business is the most important thing in my life right now. And my personal life with friends and myself are second to that, and then reaching some of my fitness goals are coming in third. So I guess that I should be really grateful for the slow progress I'm making, because it is progress, and after all, my mantra is progress, not perfection. Well, that was just a quick little video for you. I've actually got a business call that I got to jump onto, so I didn't have a ton of time to talk today, but that's a relatively quick video for you, and I just really want to tell you what's going on, and I would love to hear more specifics, because sometimes I'm not sure what to talk about when I do these updates and what you really are interested in. That's why Rachel's email was so inspiring, because it reminded me of what she wanted to hear. So I would love to hear comments from you, even if you don't normally comment. I would love to hear from you, especially because you can tell me what you look forward to, what you enjoy, what you want to hear from me, and what topics you want me to touch on, because I would love to do more of these videos. I just need a little bit more of a jumping off point. Otherwise, I just do them randomly whenever it comes to my head. But thank you for watching today. Thank you for comments. Thank you for being part of the community and reaching out and being supportive and supporting yourself and working through everything on your own. We're all in this journey together, and it's so much better because you're part of it. So thank you. And I look forward to hearing from you on social media and emails. You can always reach out to me and let me know what you want to talk about, what I can support you with, and whenever you feel compelled, supporting me is so deeply appreciated. All right, well, I will see you next time, whenever that is, and if you send in some requests, I will be happy to oblige. Until then, bye.